Let's move on to the next topic, El Toro. We've hit the quarterbacks. We busted on Sarkeesian a little bit. Week 0 games and picks. Not going to worry about picking them all. Actually, just picked out 3 because I think these are the 3 most interesting games. And let's get into some picks. Before we do, I want to introduce you guys to one of our fantastic sponsors here, and that is Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. You see the logo down there in the corner. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, they're located in Opelika, Alabama, East Central Alabama. Over 500 vehicles on the lot ready for immediate delivery. You can check them out online at glennsmith.com, GLYNNsmith.com. From trucks to economy cars, with gas prices being what they are. They got sports cars, big old family cars, whatever you need. They're going to hook you up at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, glennsmith.com, GLYNNsmith.com. All right, El Toro, early in the morning on Saturday, the North Carolina Tar Heels are taking on TCU in Ireland, of all places. But last year, this game did not go very well for North Carolina. First game, it was in Chapel Hill. Everybody's excited. Bill Belichick's here. What did he say? We're going to be the 33rd NFL franchise. Then they got beat 48-14. There's some weird stuff going on in Carolina. The GM's been suspended or placed on administrative leave, however you want to, phrase that. You've got a quarterback transfer coming in, Billy Edwards, who has had one healthy year in college football. That was 2 years ago when he was at Maryland. And even then, I think he threw for like 11 touchdowns and 9 picks. Bobby Petrino comes in on the positive side to coordinate the offense. For all the bad things I could say about Bobby Petrino, and there's a lot of them, the guy could call plays. The guy could put points on the board. So maybe that's a positive for North Carolina. TCU's favored by 7.5 in this game. You got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think TCU win by 10 at least. I just think with TCU passing attack and with all the things going on with North Carolina, Jay, I can't see them winning this game.
I'm with you. I don't know if,
and I also
yeah,
don't
go
think
ahead.
being at a neutral site favors North Carolina.
No. It's funny to me because with Petrino coming in, but this Edwards kid, I haven't read anything that makes me think he's gonna tear it up there, even with Bobby Petrino. The one interesting thing I found was, the offensive coordinator at TCU was Kendall Briles. He leaves to go to South Carolina to coach up Lenore Sellers. Sonny Dykes, the head coach at TCU, changing his offensive philosophy a little bit. Hires the offensive coordinator from UConn. He wants to be a little more run game heavy than what they've been. He wants to run the ball and control the ball a little more. And the interesting thing about UConn, this offensive coordinator that's coming in, UConn led the nation in fewest turnovers last year. So I think that's where they're kind of wanting to go. I think they're still going to sling it around some, but they want to be a little more run game focused. They want to be a little less turnover prone. So that might lead to a lower score in this game too. But yeah, I mean, with everything going on at North Carolina, I can't imagine them pulling this upset, and maybe they do and shock the world. And but I think it might not be 48-14, but it's going to be more than 7.5.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. I'm with you for sure.
That game's at 11 a.m. on Saturday. The 2:30 game on Saturday is an interesting one. My favorite game of the week. The NC State Wolfpack travel to Virginia. Now, Virginia was in the ACC championship game last year. Had a really good year. Tony Elliott, the old Clemson offensive coordinator, is there doing good things. Dave Doran's been at NC State, I believe, 14 years now. Been there a long time. He's won 9 games a lot of years, never got to 10. They were supposed to play this game in Brazil, and then that deal fell through, so now they're going to play it in Charlottesville, Virginia. I like C.J. Bailey at NC State. If he still had Hollywood Smothers running the ball and Noah Rogers catching the ball, I'd feel great about NC State in this game. But, Virginia's a 5.5 point favorite because, they're playing in Charlottesville, man.
NC State wins the game, Jay, because of CJ Bailey.
I actually think the same thing. So that's 2 for 2, man. We got the same picks going on so far. I'll tell you, I like CJ Bailey too. I'm not sure that Virginia got Bo Perbula, who was the quarterback at Missouri last year. He can run a little bit, man. I was never impressed with Perbula's arm talent very much. But they do have him, and he's got some college experience. This is the kind of game where I think NC State could announce to the world that, hey, we might be a little better than what y'all are thinking. And Dave Doran's won 9 games in the regular season, I think 4 times since he's been at NC State. It's not a stretch for him to do that again, and I think a win over Virginia would kind of get him there. And I love CJ Bailey too, man. So I'm with you. Look, as Lee Corso used to say, I don't want the 5.5 points. I don't need the 5.5 points, but I'll take the 5.5. All right, let's get to the final one I want to talk about. Kind of a group of 6 game, not kind of, it is a group of 6 game. It's going to be at 9:00 Saturday night, man. You're going to have to stay up late and watch Fox. Memphis at UNLV in Vegas. UNLV, at least as of this recording, had not named their starting quarterback. You got Jackson Arnold, transferred from Auburn, and Alex Orji, who transferred from Michigan. They're battling it out. Dan Mullen hasn't decided which one he's going to go with yet. Charles Huff, formerly at Southern Miss, gets the head coaching job at Memphis when Brian Silverfield goes to Arkansas. So he comes in there. UNLV's favored by a field goal. Am I crazy for thinking that that's too low of a number? I like UNLV to win 9, 10, hell, maybe 11 games this year. I like UNLV a lot.
Jump all over UNLV. I mean, I just don't understand that prediction, Jay, how they got just winning by 3 points. I mean, you kidding me? Memphis has lost a lot, man.
Yeah.
Lost a lot, lost a coach. You know what I'm saying? And UNLV is on the rise with Dan Mullen, you know what I mean? And the rushing attack he has, then you're going to have a quarterback. Whatever quarterback he pick, he's going to be the best for the offense. You know what I'm saying? And so, UNLV all day long, Jay.
I watched, Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen runs that offense so well, man. He runs a lot of that zone read stuff. And regardless of what you want to say about Jackson Arnold and his time at Auburn, I'm not sure all of that was his fault. But he's got some ability, especially as a runner. And if Mullen can get him to make better, quicker decisions on the passing game, then I think Jackson Arnold could revive his career. If not, you've got Alex Orji that transferred from Michigan. So there you go. You've got 2 guys with Power 4 experience that you're choosing from. And like I said, I got 2 group of 6 teams that I think are going to wind up. One of them's going to wind up in the playoffs. And I think it's either going to be UNLV or Boise. So I'm looking for UNLV to win this game by more than 3 points. We'll see. Just a few picks, man. I mean, I hate for us to agree on everything, but hey, if we're right, we're right, right?
Absolutely, Jay.